Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by a man who was undrafted out of Buffalo, standing at 6'7". It's Tyree Jackson.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
They go play action now. Jackson steps away. He's going to take off with it. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Green brings it in. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that told me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
12 yards the pick up there, good for a Raven first. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side, and he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And here now the Baltimore offense.
And the Baltimore Ravens pride themselves on being physical on offense. One reason why? Perennial Pro Bowl guard Marshall Yanda, who played his first 16-game season since 2015 and 2018. And when he's right, the Baltimore offense rolls.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack. Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line,
Your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield. They're understanding the coverage.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We take a look ahead at what's to come later tonight. Sunday Night Football, it'll be the Vikings and the Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And then tomorrow night, we've got the Seahawks and the Niners from Levi's Stadium. And we were in the Bay Area for the Raiders on Thursday night. Now right back out to watch the Niners on Monday night. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. To throw again on second down. Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Jackson, and Tate's got it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Ryan. Complete to Jones. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Come on, set. Hey, lock it. 18, Gator.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Down. 90, Wolf.
Now Ryan on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. This complete to Jones. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 51 yards. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Recon, 132 fighter. Boom. Fight.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan gets it off to Freeman. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. Leo. Game situation. Let's go. Look at me. Go.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And here's the Ravens defense as they head back out there now. And we're going to get a peek at some of the hits that have helped them get this first. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college. and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10.
Ready up. Mike, 50 seconds. Let them know, let them know. Let them know, let them know. Now.
On first down, Ryan. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down. And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Ready? H.E. Gator. Tackles. Big grip.
On 2nd and 12, Ryan throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way. As a quarterback on his back, usually can't complete a pass.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get him the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now it's Jackson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game, but that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now it's Ryan. Looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Joe Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. The 3rd down run gets him nothing.
Pass complete. But no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still.
Nope.
Yardage. Okay.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready, break. 57. I got it. Double time. Double. Fair. Check. Check 9. Check 9.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, Ryan. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And now a carry here for their fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They toss to Ingram. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. From midfield now, here's Ryan. And that is incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Jackson on 1st down. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
You got 3 down.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Jackson to throw again. He completes it to Tate. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right because we did have...
Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bullock good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Andrew Billings in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll look to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Down to Inigo's Jackson, and that should seal it. Great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it.
So for the Bengals, now at 3-6 on the year. They will hit the road next week for a date.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Play with you. I'm on in my bed.